Hello and welcome back to Championship Sunday. We're here for the Pro Division True Second match. Basically what that means is one team here got first place, one team won the third place match. Those two teams were from the same side of the bracket. That was Garrett Hornok, Joe Bondi, Gabe Finocchi, and Addison Powers. So what's going to happen now?
I was going to make a bracket with my fingers.
Oh, you were going to demonstrate the bracket.
But
oh, we're already in the action. It's too fast. Yeah. I'm, of course, Ben Answers here with Ali Rogers, still on the commentary with you all. But basically the way this works is whoever wins this match gets true second. They get all the prize money. They get all the pro bid points. They get all of the bragging rights, of course. I don't know if they get anything else, but they get a lot. They get a lot of things that these guys want, and that's why they're playing for it.
Yeah.
Of course, both these teams did lose to the eventual champions, Smoothies, Garrett Hornok, Joe Bondi. They both did beat the same team, Warren Foote and Ryan Oswalt. So kind of makes sense when you think about it. They beat the same teams, they lost the same teams, just in a different order from a fairness perspective. So you see Hinkle there put away a nice push as I try to get you all to, try to persuade you on the value of true second. How am I doing over here? Am I making a good case?
Yes, I think you absolutely are. It is a really good matchup, and it's going to be really interesting. I think, it's
the way they're bouncing back from their one team just won, one team just lost, but they beat the same team. They lost the same team.
And
so
they've both lost today. So yeah, it's kind of hard to collect yourself after a hit like that, after losing the tournament. But then they are two really good teams fighting for second place.
Right. Just moments ago, you see Frederick Hinkle getting aced no touch by. Garrett Hornok was telling me the best serve he's hit all weekend.
Yeah.
And now he's got to play people like Addison Powers and Gabe Finocchi, who also have some pretty nice cuts, reverse cuts, and the works.
Yep.
I think you know everything about all these players, so let's jump into it. Hinkle up 3-2 in game one. It's going to be a full series if they need it. And Powers is beside himself, but a small carry there. Just kind of lifts the ball a little too much on the receive. Finocchi thinks the touch is not a carry. Go to observer. It's still a carry. So a couple of true touches after Hinkle and Murphy had some challenges in their finals matchup.
Yeah.
Getting carries called against them. Now they're calling the carries. Now Hinkle's the one hitting their reverse cuts. He's taking it out of the playbook from Garrett Hornok.
Absurd. Yeah, and you can see Hinkle was kind of running the pace there.
I was going to say.
Moving the game along really fast.
I haven't taken a breath and we just missed 4 points.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was riding his aces and wanted more.
Yeah, so next.
Yep, keep it running.
As fast as the observers can get him an extra ball.
Yep.
A carry by Raul, but it's after a rim. So it's just a double fault. Here's some the hecklers in the stands shouting out carry, but they also know that's a double fault.
Yeah. Hit rim before it hit the hand.
Right. So the call there just reverts to the earliest infraction happened. Of course, the ball hit rim before the carry. Just a little order of operations fun facts there, a little PEMDAS. But a reverse cut there from Rahul Murthy.
It's a beautiful set.
Yeah.
Big pocket.
Powers just trying to track that over his shoulder. And he's playing from so deep that when Murthy gets that first touch, he's running in and goes for the big hit. It's just no good.
Was that a hit on two?
Yeah. You see Murthy just dig the pocket, no problem. And you'd hope Hinkle would just set him up for a nice, easy 1-2-3. But Hinkle is just feeling too good. He's, again, playing on his own pace, as you said.
Yeah, I think that's a bad decision.
I agree.
Yeah.
But now it's 8-4 for Hinkle, serving Finocchi. Little roll-up.
Wow, and that's a beautiful, what we like to call boom ball from Frederick Hinkle right over the defense. They didn't have much of a chance on a hit like that.
They've opened up a sizable 9-4 lead here. Finocchi and Powers, though, have been down 5 before like this. They know what it looks like to be down a big deficit early. Now 10-4.
Right, that was a beautiful angle for everyone to see that disgusting cut serve. Barely touched.
Yeah, we did see Finocchi and Powers make a big run comeback when they were down 5-0 against Bondi and Hornok in the semifinals. So don't count them out of this first game just yet.
No.
But do count on Frederick Hinkle to continue applying pressure.
Second serve from Powers. It's a strong serve. Nice touch reacting. A little hesitation, wondering if Powers is going to get the set, if
Finocchi's going to chase that down for a soft touch and then set.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something that you're more likely to see from a mashup team who aren't used to practicing together, playing tournaments together. So it's likely that Finocchi and Powers had a little bit of confusion about who was going to get that second touch now that the soft touch rule is in existence.
Over the course of the entire weekend, they may still be at single-digit combined soft touches between the two of them as a single team. So yeah, very understandable there. But one thing to understand is the score is a big deficit for Finocchi Powers.
Yeah. But another thing to understand is that Powers and Finocchi both have a lot of power in them. Serving power, defensive power as well. So although there is a big deficit, a big difference in the scores right now, I'm not going to completely count out the opportunity for Finocchi and Powers to make a real comeback.
It's really just a matter of how much gas they have left in the tank and can they match the pace that Hinkle is putting on.
Yeah.
Finocchi thinks high, Hinkle thinks good. Hinkle wasn't sure if there was actually a call being made or discussing, so he and Murthy did switch spots. A couple of the observers had a perspective potentially, and they've got high. So second serve for Hinkle. It's already serving the next one.
Yeah, in order for a serve to be high, the ball has to be completely over the receiver's shoulder at the time that it passes the receiver. So sometimes it can be difficult to tell exactly what is high and what's not. But luckily we have 3 observers out here today watching the match, and yeah, we can clarify these things.
Yeah, so even if one maybe doesn't have a great perspective or angle, they're all taking on different positions to make sure that someone has a good angle on the various calls, whether it's the feet faults for serves or the rims, pockets, side pockets, highs, and of course the no-hit zone and other infractions during live play.
Exactly.
Carry's also, I guess, been a very big one that they've been having to discuss and huddle on.
Yeah.
We see Hinkle give chase in our direction.
Yeah, big chase. Yeah, and he got there. He got a touch, but the touch was, going nowhere.
So Finocchi serving, still down 5, still down a little handful. And that one still too high. Wonder if Finocchi's going to use the notes that I was talking about from Chicago.
What were those notes?
Those notes he said when he played with Sloppy Seconds with Travis Core and they won. He wasn't really worried about hitting his serves too low or low enough on them. Just hitting his serves. He knows he can hit low serves, not forcing them. But as of yet, he's been hitting a lot of roll-ups.
He has.
Maybe trying to overthink putting the ball so low. The way that double clutch in the finals was trying to force those hard serves. He might be trying to force those low serves. As you see a little traffic jam.
Yeah, 3-way manpower right there.
Just maybe a little discussion needed for whether there's a hinder, whether there's an opportunity for a play. Not sure the exact call, but we're going to check the observers' perspectives.
Right, yeah.
Get the right call.
It's a little bit difficult because Murthy was still finishing his hit, trying to avoid the no-hit zone at the same time that Finocchi and Powers are trying to play defense, so all 3 of them kind of got mixed up in the same area, potentially all hindering each other. So yeah, it looks like the observers made a good call about that. They're going to call redo, which Ben and I here observing. We're not observing, we're commentating. We are all for hinders and redos, not hinders, sorry. We're all for redos because that means more points played, more points that we can watch. Double fault from Powers. We'll see what Murthy has.
Powers wisely plays that serve off the rim. Jumps for the big pull shot. Hinkle gets stuck behind him. So trying to play as that hidden defender, but sometimes if the guy wants to back up in that space, if you're hidden, he doesn't know that he's about to jump into you, so he just has to dodge him and not really play defense there.
Yeah, same thing we were talking about. Finocchi serves 2 high serves. So he's got to figure something out and channel what he needs in order to keep those serves below the
little reverse cut there from Hinkle. He said he's found his reverse cut. I mean, that's more of a slice in my opinion. I contest it's not actually jumping off that, but it's different enough that Finocchi's not ready for it.
Yeah.
That one would play well. Just past Murphy.
Powers to serve. It's a short.
Finocchi gives a little hop and then finds it on the dive, and Powers finds the ball on his thumb for the set.
We do. That's a pretty rare error from Powers. For all day long, it looks like we've been seeing some really nice sets from Powers, but that one just hit wrong.
Right, he had some very strong recovery sets. Maybe that wasn't actually even a recovery set. It was.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe it wasn't high pressure enough for him to make the play. It was too easy, so he said, "I'll get the next one." Speaking of too easy, Finocchi making that receive look like nothing.
Yeah,
but that was a fantastic reverse cut from Murphy, challenging him left.
Yeah, he controlled that so well. He made the set easy, and then in turn the hit was a lot simpler because his receive was well. It all starts with the first touch. Wow, that's a really cheeky drop from Murphy, and really good field vision. He was able to see that Finocchi was going one way, and yeah, he took the other route.
That one right at Powers' shoulders, maybe a smidge high. Not sure the actual length of a smidge, but I know that that's what it was. It was a smidge high.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. It's perfect terminology.
Powers probably looking at game 3 here. Just tapping on the second serve.
Yeah, so here we have Murphy serving 18-12.
2013, it should be the score. As that one is another reverse cut, no touch.
You're right, that was for game, and that is a beautiful serve. Wow, take a look at this again. Yeah, and that is exactly what we saw in the finals match as well, but we saw it from Hornok.
Welcome back to Championship Sunday in Richmond, Virginia. I'm Ben Dantowitz here with Ali Rogers, and we're watching Game 2 of the Pro True Second matchup. If you're just tuning in now, we don't have time to explain how True Second works. I'm so sorry. We have to get started. But it's Frederick Hinkle, it's Roland Murphy, that's Double Clutch's #3 team in the world, playing mashup team Gabe Finocchi and Addison Powers.
Right, and game 1 was...
We don't have time.
No, we don't have time.
We can tell you about game 1
Oh, yeah, we're right into it. Here we go. Oh. Wow.
Funny time on the stuff touch. But Ali, tell us about game 1. How'd that one go down?
Yes, game 1 was a bit of a wash from Double Clutch, but that point was, yeah, that's awesome. As you're watching it in the replay, there was a little bit of a hinder there, but Double Clutch decided to play through, which I think was the right decision. And yeah, that was a really sweet play. Here we go again. This is looking pretty similar to game 1 with Double Clutch taking an an early lead. Yeah, Hinkle looking really strong with the serves. Still going for it. Layouts and everything. And they've been playing for a while.
It's been almost coming up on 3 hours of playing for these players.
That's just today.
They had the semifinals, they had the finals, or finals or third place match, and now True Second. Yeah, and you're right. It's on top of a full day Saturday. These guys are playing here at 9 to maybe 5 or something on Saturday.
Right.
A full day and a half of work on the weekend.
Yeah, it's very true. Hard work.
Powers with a nice put-on serve. Put-on serves are too nice, though, for players like Frederick Hinkle.
Yeah. Although we did see the point before, Hinkle took a pretty wild hit on 2 that did not work out.
That's the trick, right? Is they know that Murphy's not going to make that silly choice on 2. Yeah. Hinkle trying to dig that one.
Yeah.
No real chance to get that back to net and do it in a legal way.
So close, yeah.
I mean, if he catches that,
true.
you know, if he catches that and runs it back, I think there's a chance he'd get back in time for dinner.
Maybe, maybe.
Oh, Murthy all sorts of spun around, but observer of the active call. His left foot's in the no-hit zone there as he's tracking the net. That's hard. He's spinning around, trying to find the ball, trying to find the net, trying to make the hit. Oh, and also keep his feet out of the hit zone. It's too many things when you're spinning that much.
A lot to remember. Yeah, and we'll see. He was definitely in
See, he's a little bit dizzy, yeah.
Yeah, right before his hit.
We were just watching that replay. Gabe Finocchi did hit a fault on his first serve, but it should be, I believe it's now 4-3, and
maybe 5-3.
And sorry, yeah, I got you the updated score, and it's no longer up to date.
Yeah, Gabe said no
all
to
for
that
naught.
score.
Hinkle just kind of flat-footed there on that serve receive, though, which is interesting because they won the first game, but he looks like he maybe has no interest in playing the first part of game 2.
I totally agree. That's exactly what it looks like. Like, they handled game 1, and they're going to handle game 2, but you also kind of have to compete in order to win a game, especially when Gabe is serving like that. It's a beautiful serve from Finocchi.
Yeah. If you're wondering, and you're new to watching Gabe Finocchi play on stream, and you're wondering, hey, why are all of his shirts and shorts and socks and cleats so yellowy green? It's because it's really fit CrossFit guy. He does some Ninja Warrior type stuff, and he's the Neon Ninja. So it's Gabe Finocchi wearing all those yellow green jerseys. It's the reason that their sloppy second jersey that he's sporting right now with Travis Core is such a bright green. It's just got to be his favorite color, if not his favorite color to wear.
It's true. And actually, fun fact, way off on the left side of the camera, you can also see his Jeep, and it's bright green.
This is true. Wow, yeah, just over the Stuart's iconic Just Got Spiked sign, one of our Tour Series sponsors. I don't think Jeep is sponsoring the Tour Series yet, but Gabe Finocchi does have a pretty unique light green Jeep. Good eye, Allie.
Thank you.
Quite the observer yourself.
Yeah.
That one a little bit high. A big deficit. It's now 7-3 with Murthy pushing it with a quick touch. The quick touch off Addison too low for Finocchi to set though. So. Finocchi wants to play that first serve. Who knows what the second one might be. And rips it high and far. Goodbye ball.
Goodbye ball. All right, so this is interesting. Double clutch came into the game. They looked a little bit checked out. I'm curious to see if they can check back in before it's game over.
Yeah, already down 4 very early.
Yeah.
They've been doubled up 8-4. It's a good serve. Finocchi thinks good.
Yeah, it looks like
Hinkle thinks high.
Yep.
Check with the observer. The observer team wants to get together and just discuss their perspectives. And it is just high. Yeah, those bang bang calls are really tough. It's important to have multiple views covered. So having those 3 observers is particularly helpful when you've got the extra numbers available. So that's ruled then a double fault then, because that's Finocchi's second serve. And Murthy takes that call, turns it into an ace.
Yep. Murthy is not checked out.
Gets another quick point. And we talked about Hinkle maybe setting the pace a little bit in the finals. Right here we've got, or in the first game of this true second matchup, my bad, with Murthy also kind of just picking up that serve and ripping it.
Yeah. There we see another recovery set from Powers. It's just beautiful. It drops right over the net, which not only makes it easy for Finocchi to put the ball away, but it also confuses the defense and clears space for Finocchi to, put his hit almost anywhere.
No doubt about that one being high. Or rim for that matter. Hinkle makes sure it passes over his shoulder in case anybody was wondering if that was rim or pocket. He's not saying it's high no matter what. He'll try to get some serves rolling. Steps right up for that. Finocchi gives chase, and
wow.
It's similar to a couple of points we saw earlier where people were trying to hit the ball maybe across the shoulder. Powers needs to get a little further across that set, get his feet across the set as he tracks the ball coming in instead of he's backpedaling as the ball comes towards him. Not to say it's impossible for making athletic play, but footwork is so pivotal for setting up good hits. As you see some good footwork there. Powers jumps over the net for the play.
Yeah. Very cool play. The debate now is whether the ball stuck in Powers' hand as he was jumping over the net. Looks like it's ruled a carry.
Got it. So it's now tie ball game, 9-9. So a really good run for Double Clutch to get back in the game. They're on a 5-1 run right now. It's going to stop there, though. So Naki goes right, then left. That was, I think, above Murthy's shoulder as the signal. So we'll get another serve here.
Second serve.
That one's good.
It's diving up.
Backhand gets put high, and Powers is running back to net for the big cross net play.
That's a beautiful set and a beautiful hit from Finocchi and Powers.
Only the middle of the game, but I'm going to call this one the Stuart's Spike Seltzer iconic spike of the game. Watch as we see Finocchi give plenty of height for Powers. Wow, what an effort to get back to net, and so athletic to avoid that no-hit zone.
Yeah, that was a great
Back
play.
to the live action here. It looks like maybe been a carry called or carry not called. Either way, it was a hold for Double Clutch. They're serving, should be 10-11 here.
Two very similar serves from Murphy, unfortunately both just over Powers' shoulder, which means double fault.
Little side pocket, I believe, on that one. Another double fault. So a couple, after a couple big breaks and some exciting plays, they're sensing the pressure, trying to get those big plays in.
Yeah, it also could be some exhaustion as well. This is the last match of the day, and the players are no doubt very tired.
Yeah, the mental factors, playing with those physical. As it looks like Finocchi's found the rim on that hit. Not what you're looking for when you're looking for a hold.
Yeah, and that seems pretty rare for Finocchi. I don't often see him with a hitting error.
Yeah, very unbecoming of a potential top player in the world, as you can say. Though after today, maybe the debate might be more around where Joe Bondi and Garrett Hornok fall, of course.
Right.
Taking the Torstop W for the day.
Yeah.
But enough gushing about Joe Bondi and Garrett Hornok. This is Gabe Finocchi's serve, and that looks like it's good. Hinkle's thinking maybe rim on the way in, signaling his arm on, signaling the fist on the forearm, the upper arm. I don't know my body parts. I know my rules, but I don't know my anatomy. So as his upper arm.
That's fair.
Observers are talking over if it was rim or clean.
Yeah.
Signaling clean for Finocchi. So it's a clean serve off the net. Clean serve not going high on Murthy.
He did find that the side of the net right beside the rim, I believe, and that resulted in a really wide serve.
Yeah, by finding that side of the net right, but he's just painting a ridiculous angle.
Absolutely.
And of course, with his non-dominant hand.
Wow.
Hinkle thinks that was fantastic. He's saying, oh, he's just shaking his head like I can't get that. He was speaking in the negative, not about the serve, but about his ability to get it.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of respect for Finocchi's serve there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, going from a lefty cut serve to just a righty reverse cut. Finocchi, someone who really took a lot of time during the offseason last year to grind serves indoors, hit against a wall. So as easy as it looks here on stream, a lot of hard work went into it. And now Finocchi powers when they're serving, so they're serving up 3. They're up 15-12. Only need to be up by 2 to win at 21. So for double clutch, they need to now get back, within reach, tie this game up if they want to win in 2. Otherwise, we'll get the very exciting Pro True Second Game 3. Settle it once for all. As Powers kind of makes Hinkle second guess that first touch. It looked like he was a little off balance, but they settle well on the spike.
And despite how long these guys have been playing, Hinkle is still clearly swinging with everything in him. And that's probably why. It's a very, very wide serve. Also a huge break to bring back some points.
Fantastic set there from Powers. Kind of just lets Gabe Finocchi walk through. Just, oh, excuse me, let me hit this push shot and just continue walking by the no-hit zone.
Yeah, he made that look so easy.
Ball gets stuck in his hand. Hinkle calls front rim there.
Yeah, and nobody disagrees.
Finocchi just, backs up the first serve rim with just a reverse cut that has to be dived for. Again, another serve they have to dive for just to get a touch on it, and there's no chance of returning that. Those are insane reverse cut serves.
They are. They absolutely are.
I know I was saying earlier, Gabe is working hard to grind these serves. He hasn't picked up these serves overnight. I cannot emphasize enough how impressive it is to work on the serves and just hit them back to back like that. That's uncanny.
Yeah. Yeah, there aren't many players in the game that are hitting those serves so frequently.
Siegel goes for a casual walk around the no-hit zone there. You see he kind of, his whole body language looks like the point's over as he's waiting for Murthy to set, and then the set comes in and gotta backhand drop this. Yeah, sure thing.
Yeah.
Just push it in the gap.
Murthy, I think, just swung for a reverse cut of zone. And another one.
Didn't play well. But Powers and Finocchi have been recovering a little better than they did in the semis. Finocchi in particular is really upped his sets.
Right. Yeah, that was a perfect set and a really, really nice hit from Powers.
And so 2016 here for Addison Powers. Addison Powers only played at the net without a pro bid to his name. And at that, everyone else in the net has, I believe, a minimum of 3 pro bids to their name this season.
Something like that.
So really playing with some giants in the game around him.
Yeah.
And yeah, that serve receive it looked like a carry. It's going to be 21-16 back for double clutch. Great effort there for them to battle back and take the second game. It really started with just that setting that tone. We don't see it in all the games that we've seen this weekend, but sometimes it's just you start the game strong, the other team doesn't have an answer for it, and then you just trade points until all of a sudden you've won the game. And we're going to game 3 of True Second. We're going to be back in just a little bit.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to Championship Sunday. I'm Ben Dantowitz here with Ali Rogers at the Spikeball Tour Series in Richmond, Virginia. We're coming back with the last game of the day. It's the Pro True Second matchup, and it's game 3. So there's nothing after this. It's just Addison Powers, Gabe Finocchi playing double clutch. That's Frederick Hinkle and Rahul Murthy. Ali, what are we looking for at the beginning of this game?
Man, well, both of these games so far, we've seen a team take off right at the beginning. Game 1, it was double clutch. Game 2, it was their opponent. So, yeah, I would love to see a game where both teams play well right at the start. And, yeah, maybe more so even game with less of a blowout.
I did mention a little bit at the end of game 2 that Powers is the only player on the net who doesn't have a pro bid to his name on the year. So I think from a pride perspective, he definitely wants to win this for that sake.
Yeah.
There's all the other bragging rights and second place points and cash prize on the line. But I'm curious where everybody else is at mentally with their check-in on how badly they want to win this game 3. Because I think that dictates so much of what's going to happen on the net. And we didn't have the pregame interviews. We just kind of rolled into Pro True Second.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of just have to interpret that for ourselves as we go.
Murthy with a second serve.
Powers battling the sun to find that set.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see him kind of squinting as he runs up to the just overhead there.
Yeah, and Gabe Finocchi puts the ball over the defense with a good hit.
Gets a deflection, but not towards anybody.
Right.
Early rotation here, double clutch, just holding the edge. Some holds. Offense all around looking a little bit cleaner for everybody. A great reverse cut. Might have been a carry, I think. Otherwise, it would have been a return on one.
Yeah, absolutely. It would have been clean, but yeah, it looks like it did get stuck in Powers' hand.
It was weird for Hinkle, I was going to say. Otherwise, it's a carry by Hinkle. Great dive by Hinkle.
Oh,
what a fantastic effort.
Wow, it's up.
Finocchi tries to center.
Set. Oh, and the lefty hit from Powers
And
hits the rim.
It's a little early, but I'm going to go ahead and call it. That is the Stuart Spike Salter iconic spike of the game.
Yeah.
Wow. Hinkle diving from 20 feet off net for a dimer, as the kids say.
Yep, kids do say that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You see in the background, the spectator, Matt Cole's got his hands on his head.
Yeah, he does.
Stands up, sits back down.
Yep.
Good thing he was sitting down to start, otherwise he might have just fainted.
Yeah, that's true.
Standing up.
Yeah, it was a beautiful, beautiful set by Hinkle. I think that may have been the touch of the point that really saved it.
And Murthy's just so good at being ready for those, to put those away. He's at the net ready for it. He's trusting it's going to be a great set.
You're right.
Just a good team chemistry of putting it all together.
Right.
From first touch to spike. Powers just taps this one in and almost gets Murthy off. Balance it, maybe does.
Yeah.
Hits rim there. Murthy can't believe it. Just gave up a break on.
Adjusting the net just in case it's the net's fault, but
it might be. Or maybe he might actually have to readjust it because he just hit the rim, so he might have moved the set.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but they resettle there. Maintain a sizable lead at 7-4 early for game 3.
Yeah, that is a sizable lead. Yeah, as we saw in game 2, it's probably not big enough of a lead, because Finocchi and Powers do definitely have the tool set to come back and, yeah, to take some aces, defensive plays, everything.
Yeah, and Powers trying to find the 2 there because the shot was really open.
But
what wasn't part of that factor, that calculation, was he couldn't have his feet and legs land outside the no-hit zone. Just a miscalculation. One you would never see Frederick the Machine Hinkle get wrong, but Addison Powers, you know, he doesn't have any pro bids. He's not the machine. So
right.
Making that mental error.
Yeah, so with the no-hit zone, if any part of your feet or your knees, your hands, anything lands inside or outside of the no-hit zone, that's a loss of point.
Yeah, and what happens when Rahul Murthy hits a serve like that? What should you do?
Yeah, that's also a loss of point.
Oh. Dang it. That's a disaster then. Double clutch now up big time here at 9-4.
Yeah, that serve was unreal. Powers is not a bad serve receiver.
No, that's what I try to keep affirming for all these. These are all top players.
Yeah, absolutely. The serve was just very, very good.
Nice backhand pull there, though. Finocchi playing with the hidden defender behind him. Hinkle just trying to sneak and, you know, little. It's like we were talking about QBs or setting. You've got like the QB spy.
Yeah.
And you know the defensive back, Frederick Hinkle, trying to find the receive or find the defensive touch. But back to round at things. Finocchi goes for a reverse cut. It looks like. Hits rim. Goes for another one.
Reverse.
And it's high, it's far, and it's coming way out of play. Nice recovery set from Finocchi there.
Yeah. It fell a little bit outside of the set, which doesn't make for the easiest hit from Powers, but Powers still, he looked so calm and just put the hit away.
And sometimes players might talk about like where to miss. If you're going to miss high, miss left, miss right. For him, he's missing to his dominant hand. That's a good spot to miss. That's something that as a top level player, you know what your margin of error might be.
Exactly.
Little carry deflection on Addison Powers' defensive touch there. So just a hold. Murthy all smiles right now. Why wouldn't he be with a 5-point lead? Nice serve on Finocchi. It's going to be a backhand. You can see the set all day.
Yeah.
Murthy can't get to the spot in time, though.
Yeah, that's a beautiful flick from Finocchi. Stays so low, it doesn't give Murthy much time at all to run underneath of that and get a defensive up.
Little reverse cup it handled. Really good set to get height on that and give Murthy time to read the defense really quickly.
Yeah. And a smart hit from Murthy as well. Just smack over the defense.
Powers wisely wants to play this one. Hinkle just a little under-rotated there. You see how far Hinkle gets from the net sometimes? It means that if the ball's coming towards him, he's probably going to get a quality first touch, but he's also reducing the number of angles he can cover by getting so far away. So it's a little give, little take, little risk and reward trade-off. Finocchi with a soft touch attempt, and it's the second set is not far enough back to net for Powers, who has to just reach for and try to tap it on.
Yeah.
Really cool athletic play, though, where you see Finocchi in motion and then just continues on his run. That, of course, for those wondering with the soft touch rule, it was new this year, and originally you could only touch it inside of 7 feet, inside the serving circle. And now there's no limit on how far away you have to be from the net when you get a soft touch. That's as long as it's before the peak of the ball is the description, right? So as long as it's on the way up. Speaking of on the way up, that went high and gave Hinkle time to give chase on the way down.
Yep.
Nice set from Murthy. Kind of in play.
And an easy put away.
Yeah, it's, I guess, nice set considering how hard it was for Murthy, but not nice enough to give Hinkle a real put away attempt. Look at him give chase, though. Just, back to the net. Hinkle just good net awareness to tap it on. Not really challenging Finocchi on the receive there or the return for that last defense touch, but at least keeping them honest. As that serve is just above Murthy's shoulders.
And that one looks like there's some debate.
I'm not sure, sorry. 14-9.
Looks like that serve was ruled bad as well.
So Hinkle here at 14-9.
Strong
Serves the ball within a second of getting it, too.
Yeah, he did. You're so right.
Lefty push. Hinkle, I'm not sure what he's signaling, but he's maybe looking at the observer for a particular perspective.
Yeah.
I will say, so Powers is hitting the ball really close to the net. It's good to hit the ball from low. You're not allowed to hit the ball while the ball is on the net. That's like a simultaneous contact. Effectively, it's like touching the net. Is if you're touching the ball while the ball's on the net, it's like touching it. Or another way of interpreting it is, if you're touching the ball while it's on the net, you're touching it out of turn, because once you spike the ball, it's now the other team's turn to touch the ball.
Yeah.
So if you're touching the ball while it's on the net, you're touching it out of order. So that's why you have to make sure you hit it low, but not too low. So that little factoid or tidbit from the rules, it's a fun one. Little evolution. I believe it was new as of 2019. What's not new is hitting nice backhand flicks.
No, we've been seeing that all day long.
What's not new is Gabe Finocchi having no problem with it.
Yeah.
That one a nice push, though.
Yeah.
Usually going for more of the pulls and stepping across notes, and that one he's staying in place, just reaching out and pushing. But they need some breaks in a hurry.
They do. 11:15. Second serve from Finocchi hits front rim, which means it's no good.
Little roll up there. And another one.
Yep.
Not the right kind of consistency.
No, clearly above the receiver's shoulder, which means double fault.
Must be something in the net. Maybe it's a little bit looser right now. Ball's getting a little stuck as it's been hit over and over.
Yeah.
Nice fake attempt.
It's tough. I think I'm seeing a little bit of tiredness in the players.
Fatigue is definitely a factor. And Murthy in his defense for fatigueness, Murthy looks like he's going for a completely different arm slot there.
Yep.
He's up 17-12 in game 3, so maybe he's feeling comfortable, wants to try something different. But that's almost like an underhand service. Look what he looked like.
Yeah, that was interesting. I have no idea what would have happened if that was as planned.
Just caught the ball off his thumb. Yeah, I will say with the fingers down, that's something that we've seen Caleb Heck do a lot. Caleb Heck of Boisterous, of course, this year. And when you have your fingers down like that, what can happen in a good way is the ball maybe is rolling off your fingertips as you're striking it. To get a little bit extra spin on top of the spin these players might already generate with their wrist alone, torquing on the ball. Powers gives a run, but he started a little late, and it was pretty far, maybe 40, 50 feet off the net.
Yeah.
Quite a blast from Raul. And now 18-13.
Right, getting to the close of the game.
Yeah, just 3 points from not only a second place finish, but another name on a pro bid would be a nice feeling for Double Clutch. They as a team already have 2, and then they each have 1 separate from each other.
Right.
Of course, Frederick Hinkle won the Winter Haven Tour stop at the beginning of the year in May, and just under a month ago, Rahul Murthy won the Salt Lake City Tour stop with, get this, one of our winners today, Garrett Hornok. So, yeah, they've got a lot of pro bids to their name.
Right.
Trying to add a third as a team though, which would be a pretty sweet deal. Matching a feat. I think no other team has matched this year. A couple other teams have hit 2. Sloppy seconds, Gabe Finocchi on that team, of course, among them. We'll give a little shout out in this lonely action to one of Spikeball's partners in content is Lefty on 2. They did do some really fun breakdowns on where the pro division's at, what's the elite race looking like for the open division, for the women's division going into nationals. So you go to leftyon2.com, you can find one of their later articles in the blog detailing where points are, I think as of before this tournament, as of the end of Chicago, but no new teams are getting pro bids. No new teams are getting pro bids this year. Some other fun stuff that's happening, if you're wondering how often Gabe Finocchi's hitting a reverse cut ace this weekend, is you can look up roundnetstats.com. That's Raha Stats doing some stats for all these matches as Finocchi hits another reverse cut on cue for me. Thank you, Gabe, making me look good at my job.
Needed.
Much needed validation.
And much needed break.
A much needed break as well. Oh, sorry, I was more worried about myself.
Yeah,
My
that's
bad.
fine, that's fine.
But yeah, they're still down 16-19. We were talking about Double Clutch maybe trying to get their third pro bid. Finocchi, I would have to double check my math, but I think he has at least 3 pro bids as well.
Probably.
On his own. That's a reverse cut, not bad. And a botch set from Raul.
Yeah.
Gabe says, he usually says, come on, in a very particular tone there. He said, let's go. Nice to see Gabe still coming up with new things in the Pro Tour second Game 3 match as things are winding down.
Yeah, late in the day, a set like that probably is more likely to happen, but still not what you want to see.
The 17-19 situation, if they don't get broken, sometimes can be a I get one, you get one. So if they each get one break, Powers have one more chance to serve.
Yeah.
But the way Finocchi's serving, maybe he doesn't even need an assist from Powers. Now 18-19.
He's serving very well, but he can't stop now. I
Just
think
willing them back into this one. Okay, so he got one, and so depending on how Hinkle serves, if they can hold, it would be on Powers to then get the other one from 17-19.
Yeah, I think Gabe got 2.
Oh, but that's going to be no good. Great pressure generated by Hinkle there. They were up a few. They let Finocchi kind of jump back into it, then they put them out of their misery. 21-18, Game 3. You see the players talking out, but check out this last serve from Hinkle. just rips it right at him, and Powers is unable to find the net.
Right, that's tough. Do you set? Do you hit when the
yeah,
ball's
and the,
right
the
there?
ball's landing right on the rim too, so he
Yep.
can't quite reach in and get that hit returned. But wow, a lot of fantastic action today. Congratulations again to Joe Bondi and Garrett Hornok taking down the Pro Division Finals. Big bragging rights on that, and kudos to Double Clutch for getting yet another pro bid at the Spikeball Tour Series. Definitely going to see them in Nationals.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw tons of great play today. Thank you so much for tuning in, for watching Round Net, and if you're free, if you want to see more, we'll be back in about 2 weeks in California. Yeah, another highly competitive tournament.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you next time.